Yes, it is a level up. The good level up.
Will you lead the way?
We are leading the way.
Be careful, everyone.
Alright, let's keep going. Oh, what the hell? So for those of you who don't know, I use sliders on my controller, which dictates how long I have to, and how far down I have to press the triggers to actually use them. I had them for some reason set to at the shortest setting, so that when I would trigger the button, it would simply just stop me at a really high area. But I've moved them back to the highest section for the sake of making this even easier to manage, because I don't want to accidentally press it. If I accidentally press it, then something is wrong.
If you don't want me to pass, where are we?
Still here. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're about to find the poor hostage man.
Sorry.
He should be this way.
I passed you.
I do like how the characters keep talking amongst themselves even as you're walking around, but then what ends up happening is we have Sonic Hero Syndrome, and I know it's probably not going to happen, but if there's ever a scene where Nepgear says, "Look at all those R4's robots," I'm going to be quite annoyed. I shouldn't have come this far just to look for materials to make Rouge, but thanks for coming.
Looks like we've completed our quest.
You look like you're
Let's report in
exploring.
as soon
You
as
want to
we
leave
can.
this place together? Yes. Anyways, so how much do I need to do? Because let's report this first. I need to know how much for plummets.
You've accomplished this quest has been completed.
Madame Poopa.
Thank you. Be sure to finish.
Plummet
this
not
quest. We're
finished.
quite
Tokimeki's
finished
sister
yet.
not finished. Okay. We'll get there. Okay, we're going to get there. This is just taking longer than I initially anticipated. Initially anticipated.
This is so exciting.
Okay? But now what we're going to do
Let's be careful.
is
Where
look for
are
the other
we?
guy, who's all the way over there. Really? Okay.
What's
But
this?
before that, we're exploring this dungeon.
Yeah.
Because I realize I haven't actually
If you're
explored
ever
the entire
lost,
thing,
Just check the map.
given that it's not highlighted on the map. Once I highlight the whole thing on the map, then we'll fix everything. Oh, it's these guys. These guys do so much for some reason. So we gotta hit these ones from behind, otherwise we're gonna have a real stickler of a situation when dealing with them. Because it's a whole boss fight. It's not just a one-off enemy. Albeit, the fact that this game really threw 3 enemies at once as a boss fights, with no break in between, was kind of savage, okay? That really was like Dark Rising Kaizo, for those of you who played that. That Dark Rising Kaizo was actually one of the hardest Pokemon ROM hacks, okay? I'm pretty sure, and I'm not sure, I don't know if... No, I'm pretty sure it is harder than Emerald Kaizo, because Emerald Kaizo can be beaten without items in battle outside of held items. I don't think you can actually beat Dark Rising Kaizo with no items. If you can, you are a legend, sir. You would be a legend. I would pay money to see someone beat Dark Rising Kaizo with no items. Well, the Peacekeepers have really gone downhill in recent memory. Okay, there's that. So where to next? I assume we gotta go back to the save spot, and then I teleport. I do like how you can teleport in these dungeons now. It saves an absurd amount of time that I never knew needed to be saved before. You know, it's weird to point that out. Fast travel. I think it's near the deepest exit in the light. That took me there, meaning I go left.
Looks like our destination is still ahead.
So many boxes. How much do we get? 3D move gear? Is that a reference to Attack on Titan? Probably. Angel Club Black?
Will you lead the way?
Hold on, let's see what Angel Club Black gives me. I know it's a customization option. So equipment. Angel Club. Oh, it's that thing on the back. Okay, never mind. I know what it is. Yeah, it's just whatever the hell that is. We're not keeping that. I'm keeping the angel wings for Nepgear. And we're keeping the cop hat. I don't know, I just like the design. It's weird, I know. But overall, it's a nice design for me. Something that I find aesthetically pleasing. You know, people are really not gonna know that reference in a few years, because it was made in a random Yu-Gi-Oh podcast discussing, I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's Tsushiko Maki. And I'm pretty sure that 99%, if not more, of the entire world has never seen that podcast. You know, as much fun as I have in that podcast, I know that that is one of the nichest demographics for podcast enjoying experience. At least that's the way I see it. Huh. Why am I not doing anything, even with the one? Okay, Ram was at 0 AP, and I wasn't even paying attention. I'm not gonna lie, that was on me. And this game kind of reminds me of Sonic Heroes in a way. You know, I brought it up earlier, but this game really does feel, in terms of how you build your team and everything else, like Sonic Heroes, which is a game I really enjoyed. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is pick up this guy, and then we're gonna go back. And meanwhile, we're gonna take out all of these enemies here. Pretty simple stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, there's Tokimeki's sister getting attacked again. And I do like how we learn more about the story through the character of IF. IF is a character that I think is currently severely underutilized. The fact that I don't think we will get to play as IF is not something I enjoyed, but at least IF is still doing things in the story. Albeit, I don't think the Ashen Goddess wants to win, okay? If you want to defeat the characters of Neptunia, you have to do two things. Take out IF, because that's their informant. And then you need to take out the CPU head honchos. You need to brainwash Ram and Ram. And then you just vanished. Okay. And then afterwards, you need to demoralize Netgear. Now, demoralizing Netgear would be harder now than it would be at the start of the series, where she just moped around, okay? She really was just the sad girl. You know, kind of like that Kanashi Shonen sweater that I keep seeing. Or at least I used to keep seeing it. I haven't seen as much of it frequently, but back then, I saw people wearing the Kanashi Shonen sweater. So it's to the right here. We're not fighting the Dark Horses, okay? Katy Perry does not pay me enough to continuously fight these Dark Horses. You know, Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime show, I didn't like it, okay? I really didn't like her halftime show. I don't know, it just seemed undercooked to me. Which is a weird way to phrase it, but that's the way I think about it. Like, if you look at it as a menu item at a restaurant, you order it, it seems cool, right? A halftime show of a Super Bowl seems to be something that people would literally kill to be invited for. I don't condone murder, but I think people would kill just to be invited to perform at a halftime show for the Super Bowl. And then,
I'm getting even stronger.
After that, severely after that, she then just decides to, I don't even know what that show was trying to do. She sang 4 songs, and that's about it, okay? I think it could have been way better. And she barely moved around, right? She barely moved around in that dance. I just think it could have been I think it could have been tremendous, but it just wasn't. And that was my issue with the Super Bowl halftime commercial. I mean, most people probably don't watch the sports anymore unless you're a huge sports fan. But even then, the commentators for the sports teams haven't been good recently. It's as if they're not focused on entertaining the audience, and I don't know, that seems like a net negative for them. Not a net positive, a net negative. And I'm not talking about any income or whatever, I'm just talking about viewership. I think people would like it more if we had better commentary. Now, number 6, you know, when he got thrown, that was kind of interesting. Okay, that was interesting to see. I need to find a save pot. Save point.
Just check the map. I'll go first.
Okay, Tokimeki must exist somewhere. This will take me outside, back to the green location, I believe.
If you're ever lost, just check the map.
Yes, it does. Are there really no save points here? No way. There's no safe area here. Okay, I gotta go back in here, man. That's dangerous. Unless all the plummets are out here. If plummets are here along with the Tokimeki, then never mind. Let's actually check. I want to see how many plummets in Tokimeki actually exist here. And then after that, I pretty much just gotta go work the rest of the day. It was nice to have the day off because the professor, he just goes, "Hey, you.
Was I too fast? I'll slow down.
We're ahead of schedule. Everybody, you don't need to come tomorrow because we're not doing anything."
Jump.
I do got a test next Thursday, and then there won't be a draft this week
Are you
simply
tired?
because somebody's birthday came up. I'm not gonna say whose because it doesn't really matter. Just someone's birthday came up, and Thursday that person is busy. Meanwhile,
It's up to me.
exhaustion will continue to ensue. Okay. Admittedly, the gameplay of this game is really fun, so I can keep talking over it. Oh, cool, Neptunia finally has her goddess form,
Here.
which doesn't mean much right now, but honestly, having the characters in their goddess form really helps. They don't run out of AP, and the damage output increases, and their EXE drive becomes easier to use. It's just a better experience having the characters with their goddess metered up. And I don't actually know if there's an item to
I'm a little
max out their
scared
goddess
now.
damage. Hold on, how much HP do I? How much HP do I have? HP wise, Rom is at the lowest, but even then, she still has more than 2/3, so I'm not gonna bother healing yet. Because the gameplay of this game isn't too hard yet. I think eventually, once we get to enemies that are starting to deal absurd amounts of damage, that's when I think I'm gonna be focused on changing the moveset. Because right now, the way I see it, I'm not going to change my moveset or grind until I start struggling with the enemies. First, I'll change the moveset and then I'll grind. So change moveset, attempt again. If I still can't do it, grind.
Prize attack success. I'll do
After
my
all
best.
of that,
What would you like to play?
then I will attempt to do something else.
Didn't see this coming.
Okay, at least I know Plummet's here, which is good for me. Good. Being prepared is good.
I'm on it. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll be the one to end this.
now let's take out Plummet, because Plummet himself is annoying and needs to be hit.
I'm on it.
Why? Because he's a bad man,
Eat this.
and he could be nicer. Okay?
Prepare yourself.
And Rabbi should be taken out very soon. Good.
We did it, Rom. We won.
Now, where do I go next? Probably forward.
We've got a long way to go.
Wait, how do I continue through here? Oh,
Yeah. If you're ever
from the
lost,
right? Yeah,
check
okay.
the map.
So there are save points here. It's just that depending on which layer you're at in your dungeon, it will determine what layers and what icons can and cannot be seen. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Are you tired?
I know, given that we're over 20 parts into this series, you would think that I would have already known this, but truth be told, when I play video games, for as much fun as I have playing these video games, I don't go super deep on analysis of the game like I used to, okay? This isn't like the Minecraft LP where I'm very relaxed, almost mellow, practically whispering half the time, simply because I've already know what I'm doing in Minecraft. I have a great time in that game because I know what I'm doing. Games like this, you know, where I've literally never played this game from start to finish before, because it just came out this year,
We can do
I have to take it slowly. I have to focus on what I'm saying. And even then, I don't want to because I need to do other things in my life besides play these games. Okay, I like playing these games. I think playing these games is very fun. But there are other things to do in life besides playing games. Okay? And that's really the gist of my statements here. Okay? I do like this game a lot. I think it's great. I would recommend this game to literally anybody. I think that you can really feel the Sony censorship in this game. So, normally I wouldn't support it, but at the same time, I like the series of Neptunia, and the writing itself isn't
I'll slow down.
terrible. It's a more serious game in terms of its writing tone, because I haven't heard a single joke about any character's appearance recently. They're pretty tone about it. They're, you know, they haven't made fun of any one group, and I get it, okay? Like, they even reference it here. It's like, it's really difficult to continue making these games without somebody getting offended, and while I think they should just keep making it so, like, screw you, we're gonna do whatever we want, and that's the mentality I think they should take. If they want to keep developing for Sony, they can't take that method. What I think they should do is start developing Neptunia games for Switch,
If you're ever
and
lost, just
go
check the
all
map.
in on that. I think the next main series game should be for Switch. Although, Interestingly enough, I don't know if this would ever work because I don't think Xbox players care about Neptunia. But I would like to see a Neptunia on Xbox, okay?
Would you like to save?
Make that game Uni and Vert's game.